Set?
Yep.
Here we go again, episode 5.
How right? Scotland.
Indeed, yes.
Scotland.
First of several, hopefully.
I thought you were bringing the prop this week.
Oh, props, yes. Well, as you know, following the announcement by YouTube a couple of weeks ago, we've had to make considerable cutbacks.
Again,
not least
I
in
noticed there's no drink.
No, there's not. Things are bad, aren't they? At least in the props department. However, I have managed to put together something that I think sort of represents
Scotland.
Scotland, where we're going, yes.
Oh. Well,
bagpipes.
anyway, you decided the cutbacks.
Yes.
I decided otherwise.
Oh, right, okay.
And I decided that we should have a Scotch, beans we're in Scotland tonight.
Good idea, yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're not actually in Scotland. We're sitting at home in a flat.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're talking about Scotland then.
Yes, or at least,
Well,
at least a part of it, yes.
We're talking about a site in Scotland.
Yes, we are, yes.
And I'm, drinking Scottish whiskey, which I don't,
You don't
normally do.
no.
I drink Irish whiskey.
No, there's something else you don't normally do either.
What's that?
Well, you poured it.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy. Anyway, who died this week?
Well, you will, of course, heard of Ever Hardest J. Potgieter.
No.
No?
No.
A famous writer, apparently, according to my list.
Yeah, I bet his books look good on the shelf, don't they?
Stick out, yeah. He died on this day in 1875 at the age of 66.
Well, that's why I wouldn't remember.
You don't remember that then?
If I used the library, I wouldn't. No.
Jane Wilde.
I thought it was Oscar Wilde.
Well, there is an Oscar Wilde.
Yeah.
And Oscar Wilde is Jane Wilde's son.
Well, she's not famous.
No, but her son is.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we'll be getting there.
Okay.
She died on this day in 1896 at
Okay.
the age of 74.
Yeah.
Right, one more?
Oh, yeah.
Right, this one you will definitely have heard of.
That'll be the day.
It's funny you should say that. I can't believe we're doing this. Because on this day in 1959,
Yeah.
Buddy Holly died at the age
Oh, he
of
wrote
22.
that'll be the day, didn't he?
He did, yes.
Yes.
Blimey.
I bet they didn't see that coming.
No.
Right,
so
yes.
Happy now?
Yeah, I'm happy now because I
Right.
know who he was.
Good.
Just
22 as
Is your
well.
whiskey, it's
Thanks,
whiskey,
Fred.
all right?
Drowned it a bit with the ice, but it's all right.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Right, anyway, going on from that,
Yes.
silliness, what is in the news this week with Legs Down?
With legs down, once again, not a lot. Although attentive viewers might have noticed the desk is a little bit tidier.
Yeah, about time and all.
So I haven't actually achieved anything, but I did tidy the desk on
Are
my
you
day
going
off.
to tidy the drawers next?
Oh, no, I can see it. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
all right then. Hang on a minute.
What?
You're not totally in black tonight.
No, I didn't want to build a thing that I just wear black all the time.
All right. Do you sit round lounging round the flat in the collar and tie?
Well,
as
it's
well?
just something I threw on.
Okay. Anyway, get on with the
No, the
news,
truth is that we've been at work today and I couldn't be bothered to get changed when we got home.
which I could.
Yeah.
Anyway, come on, news.
All right, and archive, another entry on that, and I'm just starting on the beers we procured in Buckinghamshire last October, so not very far behind.
No, I hope it was fresh.
Yeah, it was lovely. It's very
Still
nice.
in date. Good.
Yeah.
Right.
What else? We need to say congratulations
Who to?
to Deb and Steve.
Oh, right. Shit. They're going to become wardens.
They are.
For the Caravan
If you
Club.
haven't heard of Deb, it's the inpursuitofaDream.com caravanning blog.
Yeah, we met them last year as well.
Twice actually. First was just over a year ago because they come and stayed at Brighton.
Yep.
And then we saw them again in the summer at the launch
Unicorn
of the
launch.
Bailey Unicorn thing.
Yeah, excellent.
And yes, they've made a bit of a change and they're going to become...
I think they will make great wardens.
So
you
do
know.
I.
I
So
think
do I.
they've both got what it takes to be wardens
Well, hopefully we should find out when we go and pester them at the end of May.
in the May. Yeah, well, it'd be good to go and see them,
Yeah, it
wouldn't
will
it?
be good to catch
Actually,
up.
in work, and then hopefully we'll have a drink in the evening.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah.
No, honestly, I think they'll
Yeah.
make great wardens.
So do I. Very
And
much so.
I think Deb's,
Yeah.
because obviously she's not going to be able to blog as much.
No.
But I think if she's clever, she'll make lots of little notes.
Hmm.
So in her retirement, she could write a few stories
Yeah.
about being a warden.
Yeah.
Because there must be some priceless things happen on Caravan site. Obviously, she can't do it now, but in her retirement, she it's going to give her great,
it should be good.
you know, stories to tell.
Looking forward to catching up with them.
Yep, good. Right, what else? Anything else?
Hopefully this week some improvements to Patsy.
Oh yes.
Shan't say any more just now.
No, but it could have something to do with the lights.
It could have something to do with the lights. Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll tell them more, possibly while we're away.
Yes.
Because obviously we're going away
next weekend
to
Bristol, which I'm looking forward to.
Excellent. So basically, that's the news.
That's the news. Yeah.
Anyway, let's get on with what we're supposed to be here about, talking about this site in Scotland. Would you like to explain where this site is?
Oh yes. We're going back to 2012, our very first year of caravanning.
We were such beginners.
And after starting off, we commenced a 3-month trip, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We had 1 week in the caravan.
1 week in the caravan, went away on a 3-month trip. Started off in Wales, went across to Ireland.
Yeah, which we'll cover in other videos.
Yeah,
you know,
it's got to be worth a few episodes, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then in, I think the second week in May, we arrived in the camping and caravan club site on the banks of Loch Lomond.
Loch Lomond. And Lust.
Not Lust.
Oh, right, Lust. And tell the viewers what was made there.
Take the High Road was made there, I think.
Yep,
Not
Take the
something
High
I
Road.
watched personally. Started in 1980.
1980, would you believe?
Yeah.
For daytime television.
Yes,
produced
which was in its
by,
infancy then.
Yeah, produced by Scottish Television.
Yep.
And I bet a lot of viewers will remember that, but also I bet a lot of viewers will not realise that was still being broadcast till 2003.
Yeah. Change your name though, didn't they?
They changed the name to the High Road,
Yep.
and it was only broadcast, I think, in latter years
Yep.
up in Scotland.
Didn't
But I found it incredible that it was still being televised until 2003. That's incredible.
Anyway, the site is just easily accessed off the A82.
Yep.
So it's north west of Glasgow.
Great little village, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely little village. What, 5 minutes walk from the site?
It's
that.
Well, possibly. Yeah, 5-10 minutes. It's not far.
Yeah.
It's
And the site really is on the banks of the loch, isn't it? And
Yeah,
some
you
of them-
can
you
get
get a loch view from some of the pictures, not ours.
No,
sadly.
because at camping and caravan, you don't get a choice to pre-book or anything. They give you a choice when you get there, don't they? But if they've all gone, I don't think
Yeah,
you'll get
I
it.
think
We made it.
There's very few pictures left when we arrived.
Before we talk about the village, we should mention we made a fatal novice's mistake there, didn't we? With where we pitched.
Oh yes.
He said to us, "Have this pitch. It's a great pitch.
It's huge pitch. It's not a
pitch."
country estate, was it?
It really was. But unfortunately, if you get me, we found a nice flat area, but just above the flat area was quite a slope, wasn't it? And then just below the flat area was another slope down to the lake, weren't there? But we actually sat on a very flat basis. And the other thing was we'd put our awning up properly for the first time ever.
Yep. We bought a full-size awning, didn't we? This was with Patsy 1, so the smaller 2 berth.
We had tried to put it up in Wales, if you remember.
That's right, in Pembrokeshire, I think.
Yeah, but we put it up inside out.
We threaded it through, thought we've done this really well, then realised it was inside out, and thought we can't be bothered anymore. And put it away again, didn't we?
The other novice mistake, you know, apart from putting it in the wrong way round, we only had plastic pegs, didn't we?
That's right, yeah.
And we tried to put the pegs in when we did put it round the right way.
Yeah.
And of course they wouldn't go in a hard standing, you know. So all you novices out there, don't ever bother plastic pegs. Get metal ones straight away.
Rubbish, aren't they?
But anyway, going back to this, how we pitched.
Yes.
I think on the first night it really rained hard, didn't it? After quite a dry period.
And we woke up to a paddling pool in the awning.
Yeah, we did, because all the water come down the slope
And
into our awning,
in,
and it was like going through it was awful. It did dry out that day though, didn't it? Quite quickly, and everything was fine. We took the awning mat out, didn't we? And you know, but it was quite funny, wasn't it, to step out into this paddy field, wasn't it? It really. So a tip there.
I remember then, I think I commented in the blog as well, which I'll put a link below before you start.
Yeah, okay. I know you do your job.
Yeah, well, thanks very much. Yeah. I questioned then whether, like, for just two of us, awnings were worth it. And I think all these years later we've made a decision because we no longer have one, do we?
No, we don't.
I'm so pleased we haven't got that.
Yeah, but obviously people with children need awnings.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Our circumstances are quite different.
Yeah.
But that is a learning curve.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. We didn't need one, really, did we? But,
but I'm talking about the water rainwater.
Oh, absolutely.
That was a learning curve, wasn't it? It really was.
Mm.
Anyway, let's go back to the village. The village is very, very nice.
On the way to the village, though, you got that fancy hotel.
Oh God, yeah.
And I think the first night we went there for a pint, didn't we?
Very expensive, though.
The most expensive pint that we bought in Scotland.
Yeah, but it's not compared to where we live down here.
No,
is it?
but it was up there.
It was very expensive.
But the views over the loch were stunning, weren't they? Watching the sunset.
If you ever go to this site, Loch Lomond, just walk to the hotel. It's open to everybody. It is quite a fancy hotel in it, but the bar's open to anybody. And even the restaurant, you can book a table, can't you, with these loch views? And it's breathtaking. It really is. But definitely have a beer there. Yeah. And definitely do it when the sun's going down. Yeah. It's just awesome,
beautiful,
isn't it?
It's lovely,
you know.
I remember that.
And even though the beer is a bit more pricey than most places in Scotland, must do place. Yeah. Must do place. The village itself, we had a great walk around there, didn't we? You can catch all the buses from there, can't you?
Buses, well, there's not many.
Not many, but the little village bus comes in.
You've got you can do trips on the loch. Well, we done one, didn't we?
We done
one. About an hour or so around the loch. That was nice. It was really a little bit chilly, if I remember, but it was.
As I remember as well, we discovered another campsite the other side of the loch.
That's right. Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called, but there was. We saw it from the distance.
On the eastern side. That was a site we never really explored, did we? Sort of the Trossachs and all that.
No, we promised to go back.
We've got to do next time.
It's another one of them places we've got to go back to. Anyway, yeah. Talking of buses,
you mentioned the buses. Yep. We got the bus to Helensburgh.
Yeah, we did.
Which is about 15 minutes away. Wasn't that far, was it?
It's just a little town on the Clyde.
Yes.
The River Clyde, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on the eastern banks.
Has it got a little pier there?
There is a little pier, and apparently there's a paddle steamer run in the summer months. Sort of plies its trade up and down the Clyde.
We just had a
walk. You've got Greenock on the other side.
Yeah, we just had a walk. The first time we went there, we just had a walk round, didn't we?
Yes.
We ended up in that lovely old tea room.
Like a Victorian tea room. That was gorgeous, wasn't it?
Because there's that little parade of little shops there.
And if you remember the black swans on the edge of the Clyde there as well.
We'd not seen black swans since we went to Australia.
That's right, not in the flesh.
And they were actually on the Clyde. Do you know what I mean? It was the last place in the world that I would have expected to have seen even swans, let alone black ones. Yep. It was quite incredible. Yep. If you look in the blog, there's even a picture, I believe.
Is there?
Yes.
I really should take more notice of what I write, shouldn't I?
There is a picture of
yes, there is. I do remember.
I looked.
I'm just pretending.
Yeah. Anyway, we did go back there, but first of all, before we tell them why we went back to that village, the bus journey back to the site or to the village, someone beat me at talking, didn't they?
She gave you a run for the money, didn't she?
Oh, she didn't stop all the way back. But the problem was, I was just nodding because
it was a broadish Scottish accent, and you just sort of felt you had to say yes and no and nod in the right places. Lovely, friendly lady, but even you couldn't get a word in edgeways, could you?
No, I couldn't, and I was frightened that I was nodding in the wrong place. Oh, it was the most bizarre bus journey I think I'd ever had. I don't. What is that? Half an hour bus ride?
No, it's only about 15, 20
Is
minutes.
it really? It seems like half an hour. But
now you know what it's like.
No, she didn't stop rabbiting, did she? And it sounded like a rabbit talking because I never understood a word hardly. But
I don't think you're in a position to.
I don't think she'll be watching. I hope.
Why not?
Well, you never know. You never know. Anyway, we went back to Helensburgh.
We did. We drove back there because you can get the train there from there into Glasgow.
Yeah,
45-minute train journey. Apparently, it's a very popular commuter route as well, which might explain why, when I just done a bit of research earlier, i.e. Google, that Helensburgh is the second most expensive place in Scotland, house price wise.
We'll pause there.
Will we?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Consider it paused.
Pause.
Right.
Camera. Sorry about the pause.
So you've had your pause.
Yeah, I've had the pause.
Did you have to empty your bag?
We have to do this silly pause because of this camera, don't it?
Yeah, it's to stop the thing overheating or something.
I don't know.
I've only had that camera 5 years. I'll have to read instructions one of these days.
Anyway, sorry about the pause. I don't know how he's going to join the pause up, but anyway, Helensburgh railway station.
Yep, 45 minutes train ride into Glasgow, which we did.
We did. Glasgow.
Been to Glasgow before.
Yeah, we have. But
a couple of times.
Yeah,
Last time prior to that was to Cat and Andy's wedding.
Yeah, it's one of the most improved cities.
Yeah, I like Glasgow a lot.
In the United Kingdom that I can think of, because I went there perhaps like 30 years ago, and all I wanted to do was get the hell out of it. It was dark, dismal, depressing, and everything else.
It's certainly not now.
It's certainly not now. Anyone who hasn't been to Glasgow for a long while, get yourself to Glasgow. It's a great, new-looking, vibrant city.
Yeah, clean it up a lot.
They have cleaned it, and it really is. It's got great shopping. It's got great bars.
Yeah.
In fact, we went into a bar. No, the time before, we can't talk about that, can we?
No, that's a tale for another time.
That's a tale for another time. But it has. It's a great, vibrant city.
Besides saying we went into a bar is hardly news, is it?
No, that's true. Yeah, but this was quite. No, I'm not going to go on about that because that weren't on the strip.
Too late.
But Glasgow is a great city.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah. And it was worth mentioning, if anyone does that, you can get a bus like we did, but it's easy parking near the railway station as well.
Yeah, it is. You have to be aware there's 2 stations, isn't there, in Glasgow?
There is 2 stations.
Sure, there's 2 stations. I can't remember what you have to get. But beware of that. One station's right in the heart of the city and all the new shopping areas and everything else in it. And there is one, I've got a feeling on, I don't know, but
not sure.
Beware of that. Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
What? Where was I?
I don't know. Glasgow.
Oh, right, Glasgow, yes. So we done Glasgow, enjoyed that. And we did actually have a couple of nice days of weather while we were there, so we didn't do a lot rather than lounge around.
Because this was spring, wasn't it, really?
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly.
It'd been pretty wet up to that point, if you remember.
Yeah, it had. And we'd been travelling sort of like through March, hadn't we? And, and all this. So we enjoyed a few days sunshine, but then we had a drive out one day.
Yep, we went round Garlock. Which is just to the west of Loch Lomond, not far away. The head of which, Garlock Head, believe it or not, is the Faslane Naval Base.
Yeah, we was we was a bit nervous about taking photos, weren't we?
Yes, because I don't think you're supposed to either.
No, and going back then was right at the height of terrorism, possibly more than it is today. Well, I don't know.
No, I wouldn't think so. But, but you weren't allowed to anyway.
We weren't allowed to, and
so we sort of hid behind somewhere and ignored that.
Yeah, we did. We went to the other side, didn't we, and got the camera out.
That aside, it's a lovely drive round. It really is very pretty, isn't it?
And there was all them naval personnel, all these fit bloody sailors and that riding around on their bikes.
Was it? I didn't notice.
No,
was
I
it
didn't
really?
know there was.
Tell me about it.
I just couldn't believe they were all out there jogging and riding and keeping themselves basically fit, weren't they? When we were slobbing around in a car trying to get pictures of the naval base illegally.
Yeah, we
just wanted it because you know what I mean. It's quite a sight, isn't it? Really, and it's beautiful. Take away the naval base. Yeah. It's beautiful around there.
It is. We stopped to take some pictures somewhere along the side.
It's worth a drive.
Gorgeous. It's worth a drive around.
It really is.
And further to the other side of that, you've got Loch Lomond, and if you remember, we crossed over and drove round ahead of that and saw that big oil tanker.
Oh yeah, ginormous, wasn't it?
And you've got the oil terminal there, Finite Oil Terminal, I think.
I presume it comes in from America or somewhere. I don't know, because that's the East Coast, isn't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't think it'd come in from the North Sea, would you?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Anyway, from there, it's piped to the Grangemouth oil refinery. Which is
it was a great drive. We spent all day really driving around, and I think we may have stopped for a cup of tea somewhere.
Yeah, quite possibly.
And a beer on the way back.
Definitely not a beer.
No, definitely not a beer. The other thing, talking of beer, going back to the site, there's a couple of pubs just up the road from the site, not in the village, along the main.
Back on the A82.
Yeah, along that main drag. Which we will talk about possibly in the next video.
Yes, because it was when we left Loch Lomond site, we moved on towards Oban. And that was quite an interesting drive, wasn't it?
Well, it was for you, because I elected that you should drive it.
Did you elect?
Yeah, well, I decided. Well, I said, would you like to drive the next bit? And you said yes, not thinking straight, did you?
No.
It's one hell of a drive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is one hell of a drive.
It's the first time and the only time since I've been towing that I did actually shut my eyes.
It's just... We'll talk about more of that
in the scale, though, didn't we?
Yeah, we'll talk about more about it in next week's video.
Yes.
Because next week, we're going to tell you again where we're coming from next week. Scotland.
Yep.
But we're going to be coming from Oban, where we're not going to tell you the site again. We'll keep that in suspense.
Yes.
But all we will say is it's one of the best site views on a pitch.
Oh, it's wonderful, wasn't it? Yeah.
There was one slight problem. We used to take the car to the loo, didn't we?
Well, we used to drive the car to the loo.
The loo, yeah, we did.
The car didn't need to go to the loo.
Anyway, we're not talking about that site. We'll talk about that next week. But
so I think that wraps it up for this one, doesn't it?
I think so. I think it's a great site.
Yep.
It's a caravan and camping.
No, it's camping and caravan.
I get them always wrong.
Yeah. Well, the 3 C's, as apparently they're called.
Are they really?
In the, you know.
No, but it's a nice site.
Yeah.
Facilities are like all, club sites or bad club sites, basically. Yeah. Unfortunately, they do like
push button
showers.
Yeah.
I will explain to you how to get round that one day if we get chance.
All we need is a awning peg and one of them
bungees.
Ladder things, as long as the pipes.
We'll show them in one of the videos.
We'll do a video from every site in the country.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, I think that's it.
That's it. Please, if you are enjoying these, give us a thumbs up. It's very difficult for people watching if they're on Facebook, because they have to log in, don't they?
So I believe, yeah.
Yeah, I believe. Which,
but
if they watch it through Twitter, it doesn't. They can give us a thumbs up automatically.
Can they?
I think so.
I've no idea. I should look at it one of these days, shouldn't I?
But we're grateful for the thumbs up.
Thanks for all the feedback for last week's too.
Yeah, we're grateful for comments. We love the comments, even if they're rubbish comments. Or rubbishing us.
Rubbishing comments.
Yeah, rubbishing us. Then
at
please.
Least, as I say, if you don't like it, say why. But if you do, it'd be great to hear from you as well, wouldn't it?
But we enjoy doing them, and we will be back next week with another one.
Yeah. Oh, next week. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back to wine or beer. I have enjoyed this.
Yeah. Well, we could do Scotland next week, if there's any left.
Might not be after tonight. Anyway, stop messing about. It's time to say good night.
Me mess about?
Yeah, to your audience, because you've had scotch. Anyway, good night from him.
And a good night from me.
Cheers.
Cheers.